He loves he calls it Cheryl's move. I'm just like, you know, a little bit this, or you gotta dance when something's good.
You could eat, you liked watching sports, we had the same taste in music. Wow, this is like the female version of me. Like, we have like all the same things, and we're both going into dentistry.
I think I need to redo this one. Hey, just so you know, there's this pre-dental student next to me, and I was like, okay, cool. I don't need a man. Kind of went the whole year not caring that whoever lived next to me, who cares if he was pre-dental? But I cared on February 22nd when Christopher threw a large party.
Extremely excited to like get to the reception and just see all the people. And also I'm excited to just be done with planning everything.
I heard if you squeeze your butt cheeks, you don't cry, so I feel like I'm gonna try that, but I feel like I might be just a hot mess. What was your first reaction? I was like, that face, just all of it.
I remember the summer, we were just kids living in a dream. Undercover lovers, lost in your eyes, swimming in your mystery. A sweet fantasy, beating hearts like thunder, feeling so high at the top of this roller coaster, roller coaster. It's our time, you and I, so alive, young and wild. Maybe I'm not supposed to let my lips touch your lips, but if it's alright, I just might. Under starlight, feels like all of my life been searching for a sign, but not tonight. Beating hearts like thunder, feeling so high, living like we'll be young forever, young forever. You're the end of a long road, start of something worth holding, pot of gold at the end. You're what there are songs about, the secret you want to find out. A porch light that shines from the edge of town. Road map, lighthouse, a street light that shines down. A house is just a house until you fill it up. Life's just passing time until you fall in love. There's a king for every castle, a queen for every throne. So baby, take my hand, let's make this house our home, yeah. You're the fire on a winter night, warm cup of coffee with a slow sunrise, the fireworks on the 4th of July. You're the first one I wanna know, you're the last one I wanna see, the reason why I'll find who I wanna be.
I was in my senior year of undergrad, living with 3 of my closest friends in a duplex.
I came in thinking I was living next to some, I don't know, punky frat boy. So I like shared the kitchen, living room area.
Pretty thin wall too.
It's a very thin wall. Like I knew like they had like the Frozen soundtrack playing for months on end. Like I just knew whoever lived over there really liked Frozen too. And
We were on a Frozen kick, okay?
Yeah.
Me and my roommate had February birthdays close to each other, so we were gonna throw a birthday party. We did that the year before too, and it was a lot of fun, so we wanted to do it again. And it was a lot of fun again. It was
like Project X. If anybody has ever seen that movie,
it wasn't that bad.
It was that bad. Okay, I called the landlord on their party because I was mad. So there's the truth. That's what happened.
So we got chewed out by our landlord the next day, and then a couple weeks later, we got a knock on our door.
His roommate answered the door, and so he's like, well, let me introduce you to my roommate. We were all gonna bake cookies and say sorry to all the neighbors for this huge party, but it was like 2 weeks later and I still hadn't had a cookie. So, I mean, okay, another like minus.
When I came down the stairs and saw her for the first time, like the first thing I noticed was her eyes. You were wearing a baseball hat. I remember that very vividly.
He was just in his Nebraska sweatshirt and the blue eyes, and I was like, I was always told a man should always have soft eyes. And Christopher does, so you know he's a genuine person. This guy is super cute. And then I was thinking, oh no, I'm in sweatpants and a trucker hat.
Basically, she said she was just there to let us know that she wasn't mad at us.
I came to apologize and say I wasn't mad. You should have invited me or just given me a heads up because I had to be at work. That was the only thing.
So I kind of felt bad when she knocked on the door and she was the one doing the apologizing, and when it was really our fault. Then yeah, the other thing I noticed about you was like your confidence. You just like came over, knocked on our door, and basically just laid down the law. You're like, I just want you to know I'm not mad, but next time, just let me know.
And I was like, okay, well, he's cute and he's smart and he's gonna be a dentist. I guess that was it.
With you by my side, there's no place that we can't go. 'Cause this is the start of something beautiful.
Probably going to be conflicting stories here because she wanted to go into dentistry and I just got accepted into dental school, and so she was studying for the entrance exams.
That was my entry into, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna ask for his number and he's gonna have to help me.
She always claims that she texted me first, which is not accurate, so don't listen to anything she says.
I asked for his number. He's gonna tell you otherwise. I asked for his number. Did I leave my number or did I ask for your number?
My memory's a little hazy.
I was just curious. I made the first move.
I had her number, and then we had a formal coming up, or not a formal, but like we called it Eric Church party.
So the first date technically was their Eric Church party in Farmhouse, but that was a fraternity party, and I don't want to call that our first date.
First kind of date that I can remember.
So I'm gonna say Blue Sushi. He took me to Blue. I had never really had sushi before, and he had me trying all these different things, which I ended up really liking.
Under the starlight, we'll find our way, I know. This is the start of something beautiful.
I was just graduating, so I didn't really have anywhere to live at that point. I was staying at a friend's parents' house in Lincoln.
And so he was calling himself like a nomad for a couple months and would come over, and my roommates were all moving out. I was like the last person in the duplex.
You were also like moving out of your apartment, and so you had like nothing in your kitchen, like no utensils.
Chris wanted to have a cooking date together.
Decided to cook shrimp linguine. My mom taught me how to make it, and I knew it was really good, and I thought I could impress you with my cooking skills.
He did. I remember it took us like 5 hours to make shrimp linguine because I remember we were having to like stab a can with my one knife.
Because we didn't have a can opener, and I was like, man, something can go really wrong here.
But the whole time I do remember, I'm like, when is he going to kiss me?
I think that you made it very apparent that you wanted me to kiss you.
Probably, yep.
Made it pretty obvious, so I guess you could say she made the first move on that one. Batting her eyelashes and like twirling her hair.
Okay, I've never done anything like that.
I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe it was
I
just
think it was
me
him.
and my own head. I was like, oh, I think she wants me to kiss her.
At the very end of the night, he finally kissed me in my kitchen by the fridge. That's, that's what I remember.
Go.
That was bad.
This is the start of something beautiful.
Okay, again, you might think I'm crazy, and maybe I am. But I remember very early into our relationship, I was on a run. Certain songs would come on, and I just wanted to yell like to everybody in my neighborhood, like, I love Christopher Sullivan. Every time I learned something new about him, it was something that like I didn't know I was looking for, or that I needed, or that I wanted in my life. Little moments I told Carol and his mom that I also think I knew I loved him when we were at, I think it was Tyler McDonald's house. But we were sitting there on the porch and talking. I'm like, okay, this is okay as long as I'm with Chris right now. And he's like, hey, I'll be right back. And he's like, that guy's been sitting there for a long time without anybody talking to him. So he went to talk to him just to make him feel, you know, welcome, even though it's not his party. And I was just like, oh, that is someone I want in my life forever. Like, that is just a man. You guys did a great job raising Chris. He's just best.
I just knew a lot of the things that we had kind of gone through and were going through at that time and kind of working through, and how strong that our relationship remained through all that. And also, like, both of us really wanting to grow in our faith together and push each other to grow in our faith. That was one of the biggest things that I knew I wanted in the person that I was going to marry, is somebody who challenged me with my faith, and not only my faith, but just making me a better person overall. And she does that all the time for me. So yeah, within the first year, I kind of knew that I think eventually I was going to marry this girl. We had talked about getting married for a long time, like basically ever since we had been dating, or at least a year, and we knew like we didn't want to be dating if we weren't eventually going to get married.
I wanted it to be a complete surprise, or when he's ready to ask, he's ready to ask.
My plan for the engagement, I wanted to go to the Sunken Gardens because it's a really pretty place in Lincoln, and so I wanted to find a way to get her there and also kind of like dressed up, because I wanted to do a party afterwards. My idea was to have a fake photo shoot with Emily's friend Trinity.
Emily's, Chris's sister's friend texted us saying that she, who's a photographer, she had a couple back out of their engagement photo session training thing, and would we step in?
Okay, we're gonna do a fake photo shoot, but how do I plan that, because she knows that I don't like taking photos.
Chris is calling. I know Chris hates photos, but he's like, I'll do it if you want to. And I'm like, I don't know. I was like, it was a little too easy. That
was how I got her to the Sunken Gardens and all dressed up.
We went to church Sunday.
I wanted to go to church with her and then do it, because it's like we want to make God the center of our relationship, and so I thought that was the perfect day for it.
We're driving and we see Emily, Christopher's sister, and I'm like,
oh, I didn't know Emily was going to be here today. I quickly kind of played it off. I was like, yeah, I didn't really know she was helping Trinity today either.
We get out to Sunken Gardens is where we're at, and he's pulling me back to the staircase.
I had the place set up, like a blanket out and like a little basket and some pictures of us and the cookies that I was going to give to her as an apology from 4 years ago.
For throwing the party he made. Oh gosh, why am I crying? Okay. Told me how you wanted to spend the rest of your life with me.
Yep.
And I said yes. One word.
I don't really like that word.
It's also not one word.
Can I do a hyphenated word?
But I did hyphen it, so I think that makes it one word. Jack of all trades. That's my word for Christopher. One, because he taught me that saying. He teaches me many sayings, but also because he wears so many hats in my life and in our relationship. I feel like I'm always learning from Chris. He's always pushing me and to be a better person and to, strengthen my faith and our faith in our relationship. He's my rock. He also keeps me sane. He tells me when I'm being crazy. He's just my best friend. Chris, you're my jack of all trades.
I chose big-hearted because Kelsey always has room in her heart for anybody. She's always thinking about other people, other species, dogs. She's always looking at dog videos and saying how she wants to adopt so many dogs. Whenever she sees somebody who's down, she's always the first person to try and pick them up. Like I said, her smile just kind of brightens people's days, and her personality as well. And I think she knows that she can do that for people, so she does. She's constantly kind of outwardly showing her love to other people. IENT.
Our word is resilient.
In our relationship, we've been through, just like I think a lot of relationships, we've been through a lot of things. Both went through dental school and at the same time, which is, especially your first year, is just extremely rigorous in terms of the amount of hours you have to put into it.
I don't think I saw what dental school was, but I still don't think I could have done it without him. I tell people that he saved me. And for those, most know, but yeah, Chris saved me. And even now, today, when I think about us, but even when we got engaged, I remember grabbing your hand and I'm Christopher and Kelsey against the world. I feel like there's nothing that we can't do together. Christopher, Amor, Bud. We're finally married. I'm Mrs. Sullivan, and I just can't believe it's finally here. You're everything I've ever wanted, and I'm so thankful that I get to spend the rest of my life with you and constantly have you by my side. And I can only imagine how I felt on our engagement day to have the people we had around us and like the amount of love I'm sure I'm feeling today. I hope I can keep it together because clearly I'm not doing very good right now. But I love you, and I cannot wait to start our life together.
Kelsey, I just want you to know that I'm going to work my hardest to be the best husband to you that I can be, because I know it's the least that you deserve. You're the most amazing person I've ever met in my life. I couldn't have dreamt up a more perfect wife than you, and I know God put you in my life for a reason. You make me the luckiest guy ever.